What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to a brand new video. Today we'll be going through the settings. The settings have changed a little bit since the last update, especially the button layout. If you're looking for something specific, be sure to head over in the description. I will have different timestamps for the sensitivity or button layout or whatever. I have timestamps right there, so you can quickly skip through the video if you're looking for something specific in the settings video. The settings video is mainly for controller players. However, if you're a PC player, be sure to check it out as well. I have some settings that I definitely recommend copying. That can be very useful apart from obviously aim assist settings and button layout settings. So let's get right through it. Here is nothing really interesting. I don't have anything changed. Network as well, nothing really changed. Alright, then we'll go to display. I use a maximum field of view, which is 105 for vehicles as well. I definitely recommend using max FOV for vehicles. For personal field of view, you gotta figure out something yourself that works for you. You should have it as high as possible until you're really starting to struggle to see enemies. Because a higher field of view creates more awareness, but it also gets harder to see players, so you gotta find a right balance there. ADS-OV is on for me, brightness on 71, this should depend on your monitor. Motion blur should definitely be on 0, this should be off, and this should be off, unless you really are into the immersion of a game, of course. So for the HUD settings, I'm pretty sure these are all default. Camera shake to 0. I have a colorblind setting that is custom. I wish I could show you the colors, but as you can see, if I go to the colors, it doesn't... let's go back. It doesn't show the exact color code, so you kind of gotta just try and copy what you're seeing right now. I cannot show the color code because it's not in these settings, but I have it set to custom, and then I adjusted some of the colors that you see right here. The chat log height, background 0 if you don't care for the chat that much. Kill feed, I have it at squad and nearby. I have it to nearby because then if you see something happening in your kill feed, you know something is happening nearby. And you can instantly see what the gun the player that just got a kill might be using. So this is definitely recommended, should definitely copy this. And I have it to squad to just instantly know what my squad is using or playing if they're in a vehicle or whatever. So squad and nearby, I personally think is the best kill feed setting you can use. For crosshair, I do not know if these are default settings, but this is what I use. Then I have, here's the damage number, by the way, in case you're curious. They added this with the 3.2 update, I believe. I have this too large. Kill color, I think these are all default settings, pretty much. Onto the minimap skill to 100. You can change these minimap skills on the fly, pretty much. It can be very useful. I have it on default, I have it on 40. Minimap skill 100. You can change these kind of to whatever you personally like. HUD icons, these are, I'm pretty sure they are definitely all on default. You can change these if you want to. I personally just have them on default. Music completely 0, massive volume to 100, and then I have these configurations to 3D headphones and stereo. Definitely, I think the best one you can use if you're a headset player. And then we're going into the voice chat. These are all default settings. I have this completely off pretty much. Subtitles, not really interesting. Alright, controller. Now we're getting into the juicy stuff. So these are on default, but for the button layout, this is important. So here, I'm pretty sure there's nothing interesting. I have to ping comros to R2. And then the minimap or the map zoom to the touchpad. This is different from a previous settings video. Movement is the important stuff. As I have crouch and press and proning on R3. And then I have on weapons, we have right here, I fire and zoom with R1 and L1. Reload, and these are the same. Well, I had to switch, of course, knifing to circle. Specialist gadget to the left, gadget is up, class to the right. This is different. I switched these two up because I was used to how they were. If you were used to the previous button layout, you should try and copy this one as well. If you just like it the way it is right now, don't look at that at all. This is changed, so you have to hold the under button on the D-pad in order to pull out the grenade launcher now. And then I have throwing grenades on triangle, and I have the plus system, which is how you can change attachments, and on how to switch guns, I have it on L2. So if I tap L2, I'll switch weapons. If I hold it, I'll switch, or I'll be able to switch attachments. What you have to change after that is these buttons, because they will be on the D-pad, but I put them back on the other side. So be sure to take a look into that, because how it is previously, if you have default controls, is this should be on triangle probably, and then this is on the D-pad. But the way I have it right now allows me to switch the attachments a lot faster while continuing to move, which I think is very useful. So right now I can keep on using the L3 stick while switching the attachments on the fly, so you don't have to stand still while changing attachments. It's a small change, but for me it's very useful. I'm pretty sure I have these all on default. I'll go through them real quick. For the gunner settings, I have this on R1. You can change it back to R2 if it's more useful. I'm so used to it being on R1 now, but it kind of doesn't make sense because you're on foot. Ping combos is on R2. Movement same, weapon same. Then I have these. I'm pretty sure the rest is all on default for transport pilot. Yeah, these are all on default settings. So it's mainly the on foot button layout that I changed. Then I have this. It's all inverted for jets, I believe. Here is the jet, and the rest is all off. Alright, so here's the sensitivity. 90 for the soldier. Then I have, we're going right down to the zoom first, because that's important. I have 50 for the zoom, which means I use 50% of the sensitivity I normally would use if I'm not ADSing. This is a percentage of the amount of soldier sensitivity you use. Field of view again, or 5. I have soldier aim assist to 100, and I have zoom snap to 0. If you want to get better at the game, this is definitely recommended. Zoom snap will completely mess up your muscle memory. So turn this off if you want to have improvement in the game. This will be a little bit rough to use at start, but you will get better a lot faster, a lot sooner than you think. And then these are all on default, pretty sure. This is an important setting. Aim lift acceleration is on 0. Then I have uniform soldier aiming on, and I have coefficient to 100. So these are different than normal. This will make you allowed to build muscle memory as well. If you put this to 0 and you're not using 0, it will feel like you're using a lot faster sensitivity than normal, but it is worth getting used to for sure. Putting this to 0 will definitely increase your game over the long run fast. Vehicles, yeah, this is something you're kind of just gonna have to mess around with. I don't use vehicles that much, so I don't really know if I would recommend these settings. I have this to 100, which I'm pretty sure is not default. Put this to max, and then of course I put the aim left acceleration to 0 as well. Again, would definitely recommend. Controller tuning, these are my dead zones. In case you're interested, I'm pretty sure these are literally the default dead zones from Battlefield 5, which I got used to. Controller vibration is off. And the other settings, I'm pretty sure, aren't very interesting anymore. Oh, this is an important one. Concussion effect. Put this to dark if you don't want to get blinded. And then the other settings are pretty much default. We'll go through them real quick in case you want to see them. And then extra that's not very interesting. Alright, so these are my settings. Hopefully the video was useful. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. Leave a like if you thought it was useful. And I hope to see you guys in the next video.